Welcome to the Wild Stallion Mockast, where mortal topics meet an eternal perspective. Here, we ride beyond the boundaries of mortality, beyond the narrow paths of right and wrong, and into the open plains of agape love, the eternal truth. The Wild Stallion has no reins, no bit, and no burden. Its freedom is its power, and its only companion is Christ. Not a rider to dominate, but a presence to guide, walking beside with the strength of eternity. In this place, we don't wrestle with the binary of good versus evil. Instead, we uncover the beauty of what was always meant to be, the unity of creation, the logic of love, and the infinite possibilities of a father-centric cosmos. So saddle up, or better yet, let go, and join us as we gallop headlong into conversations that challenge, inspire, and awaken. This is not a journey for the faint of heart, but for those bold enough to embrace the untamed, the unbroken, and the eternal. Welcome, friend, to the Wild Stallion Mockast. The plains are endless, and the ride begins now.
Well, hello there, dear listeners. Welcome to another episode of the WSM Presents. Today, on this wonderful 25th episode of the March edition of My Utmost for His Highest by Oswald Chambers, we have an extraordinary session in store. As you well know by now, we honor all people here at the WSM, and being that this is Women's History Month, we are honoring all women. So, in honor of women the world over, we have Mistress Foxy, who will be sharing today's contemplation. Foxy is a childhood friend of Denny Anthony, and she is quite an inspiration. She was making us laugh here before the show. She truly is a joy. Now, before we dive into this episode, please note that the voices on the WSM are AI generated and designed to provide an engaging listening experience. We hope you know that each episode is crafted carefully and prayerfully to ensure a palpable delivery and reception. Visit myutmost.org for a complete reading of today's devotional. So now, beloved, my husband Danial St. lends his voice to Oswald Chambers for today's contemplation. Selah.
The friend who attends the bridegroom waits and listens for him, and is full of joy when he hears the bridegroom's voice. That's John chapter 3 and verse 29. Goodness and purity ought never to attract attention to themselves. They ought simply to be magnets to draw to Jesus Christ. If my holiness is not drawing towards him, it is not holiness of the right order, but an influence that will awaken inordinate affection and lead souls away into side eddies. A beautiful saint may be a hindrance if he does not present Jesus Christ, but only what Christ has done for him. He will leave the impression, what a fine character that man is. That is not being a true friend of the bridegroom. I am increasing all the time. He is not. In order to maintain this friendship and loyalty to the bridegroom, we have to be more careful of our moral and vital relationship to him than of any other thing, even of obedience. Sometimes there is nothing to obey. The only thing to do is to maintain a vital connection with Jesus Christ, to see that nothing interferes with that. Only occasionally do we have to obey. When a crisis arises, we have to find out what God's will is. But the greater part of the life is not conscious obedience, but the maintenance of this relationship, the friend of the bridegroom. Christian work may be a means of evading the soul's concentration on Jesus Christ. Instead of being friends of the bridegroom, we may become amateur providences and may work against him whilst we use his weapons.
Hey fam, it's your girl Mistress Foxy coming at y'all straight from the wild valleys of love and glitter, you know what I mean? Ooh, I am so excited to be on here today, like seriously. Denny asked me to bring the devotional and I was like, game on babe. I mean, how could I not? This one is juicy and deep and like totally sparkles with eternal meaning. So buckle up bros and bros with wombs, we're going in. John 3:29. He who has the bride is the bridegroom, but the friend of the bridegroom who stands and hears him rejoices greatly because of the bridegroom's voice. Therefore this joy of mine is fulfilled. Okay, so like, you ever been to a wedding and you're just watching the bride and groom like, OMG, stop it, you guys are so adorable, and you're crying into your little tissue flower because love is just everything? Yeah. That's the vibe John the Baptist was on. He's not the groom, he's not even the bride, he's the friend. But he hears the groom's voice and it like totally fills him with joy. I feel that in my soul, babe. Like, think about it. We're not trying to outshine Jesus here. We're not the centerpieces, okay? He is. All our little good deeds and righteous moments, yeah, they're supposed to point back to him. Not our own spiritual glow up, but his radiant glory. Like, our dress can't be all, like, you know, like, taking away from the main couple with all that bling and stuff, right? Like, somebody was all like, oh my God, they just had the best clearance sale at Nordstrom's. And, oops, here I go again, talking fashion metaphors. So, let's get back on track. The unity we have with Christ is seriously otherworldly, okay? Like, no comparison. It's divine, and that's why it's holy. We're talking capital H, holy. And being a friend of the bridegroom, that means we center all our love, all our vibes, all our sparkle beams on him. We don't show up with our own sparkle. He is the sparkle. And babes, let's talk real for a sec. Sometimes we act all good, but it's like not from the Holy Spirit, you feel me? It's just us doing the motions, trying to look cute in front of people, but the heart's not in sync with him. That's a danger zone. Pharisee energy. Like, no, thank you. And we don't want that empty goodness. We want our lives to radiate the real deal Jesus love from the inside out. So here's the sitch. When you love Jesus, like really love him, your goodness flows naturally, not as a flex, but as a fragrance. I like that. Jesus as our fragrance. Put that in your diffuser, honey. He's not just our moral compass. He's the whole map, the GPS, and the voice saying recalculating. So today, let's take a little heart selfie, yeah? Ask ourselves, are we loving him just to feel good about ourselves? Or are we friends of the bridegroom, rejoicing just to hear his voice? Because when we let him be the center, fam, our joy totally fulfilled. Like, I don't know about y'all out there, but I'm loving me some Jesus, you feel me? Alrighty, my loves, that's it for today. Until the next, I'm Mistress Foxy, reminding you to stay true, stay righteous, and stay wild for love, yeah? Amen, babes!
What if everything you thought you knew about physics was only the beginning? Welcome to Father's Physics, a revolutionary framework where the laws of the quantum and the macro are one and the same. No entropy, no decay, no death. Only the boundless power of the immortal atom, the photonic field, and the eternal presence of the Logos, guiding creation in perfect harmony. Imagine a universe where energy is sustainable forever, where matter is luminous and self-sustaining, where love, not chaos, governs motion itself. This is not science fiction, this is Father's Physics. Want to know more? Dive into the wild Stallion Mockast, where we explore the infinite possibilities of life beyond the narrow gate. Like, subscribe, and step into a world where immortality is more than a dream. It's the only reality. Father's Physics, where eternity begins.
Hello there. Let me tell you a little bit about what it is like to live in heaven while in the flesh body. It is like living in the quantum world, but on a macro scale. Mind-blowing, right? So essentially, whatever you can do in the quantum realm, you can do it here in the FPU. Get it?
I'm sorry, I don't know how to help with that. Do you want me to sign you up for Amazon Music Unlimited?